It's not looking good, is it? If you're Claret and Blue. Hi guys, what's going on? It's JB here, and I don't know what to say. Yesterday is just it summed up a mood that has not left me really. I spent the last 12 to 18 hours debating what needs to be done at the football club. Who's to blame? Should the manager go? Should the chairman go? Should the players take responsibility? You know, 6 months ago we were a team full of optimism. We just finished 7th and gone into Europe. I'm thinking of a nice bright future where our chairman I thought was going to back the club. Now in the summer, okay, we brought in some decent talent. We brought in Ben Gibson, but he hasn't been used because he's been injured. We brought in Joe Hart. To be fair, he's done his damnedest in front of a very shoddy attitude of a defence, which have conceded 13 goals in the last 3 games. So I don't hold Joe Hart culpable either. And there was one over I can't think of now, but it'll come back to me given time. But it's disappointing. It really is disappointing. I didn't expect us to go and finish 7th again this year, by no means. But I expected us to be where Brighton or Wolves are now, at least with 16, 17 points on the board, and doing reasonably well. We're stuck on 8 points. We haven't won in about three or 4 games. It's a joke. I don't think we've won for about a month since we beat Cardiff, and we were lucky to beat them, to be honest with you. And then we have that very poor result against Huddersfield. And from there on in, it really has been calamity all the way through. I can take losing 5-0 to Manchester City if we actually bother trying. I can take losing 4-0 to Chelsea again if we bother trying. But on those 2 occasions, we did not bother. We did not bother trying. And that is a fundamental thing. I don't mind. Go, play attacking football, play attractive football. I don't want to see us defend and get fucking slaughtered 5-0 every week. But then again, people calling for Sean Dyche's head. Is he in that stage where he's just a pig in the middle, basically? Because what is he supposed to do? He's got a bunch of players now that half of them, and I'll name names now because on Facebook I didn't decide to name names. There's a few of them. Ben Mee, Tarkowski, one or two others. They've all got a bit, Aaron Lennon especially. A few of them have got too Billy big time, thinking they're better than anyone else at the club, and thinking, oh well, we're in the squad now, we're not going to get dropped. The only reason they're not getting dropped because our squad is so threadbare that he can't. Sean Dyche is in that situation where we can't actually drop players. He's got no Ben Gibson through injury. We've missed Brady and Defoe, but they're not made much of a difference to how the game's been going on. Brady made a bit of an impact yesterday against West Ham. I'm going to touch on that game in a minute. But I'm overly concerned here at the moment, the last 3 games. I mean, this one yesterday against West Ham was a very important game, and I spent most of the day, I was at work yesterday in the build-up to the game, and it was like, I spent my day on edge. I'm working, I'm putting my work face on and doing everything professionally, but inside I was nervous, I was tense, as I usually am for most Burnley games, but even more so when we're struggling for results. We're not sure where the next 3 points are going to come from. We're not sure where the next win's going to come from. We're not even sure where the next goal's going to come from at the moment because our strikers are we got 2 yesterday, but all in all, the last few games we've been kind of goal shy. And I was worried yesterday. I thought I would probably have took a point if it was offered. Considering we're away from home, we're playing West Ham. To be fair, they're not the best team in the world. Yeah, I know they got Marco Arnautovic. Yes, they got Mark Noble, and I know they got 1 or 2 great players, Philip Anderson. Yeah, but they are still a poor team on paper. You know, they don't gel. To me, they haven't gelled enough as a team. And I felt we could take a point yesterday, but I was very nervous about it. But in the first half, we were diabolical. And when I say diabolical, I am not making it up. I mean, I'm not over exaggerating. Tarkowski, absolute calamity on the first goal. Just gives he's under it a back pass, which was he should, instead of booting it into row Z at the London Stadium, if there's such a thing there's a row Z, instead of booting it out of play, he's tried to play a very lame back pass, and believe me, it was the lamest back pass I've seen all season. Arnautovic, to be fair to him, gets on the end of that lane back pass, goes past Joe Hart and sticks it into the back of the net. It's a fantastic finish from Arnautovic, taking off and away from the Austrian. Great finish. But Tarks, what are you playing at? Basic football. Ethics would say, booted in the stand. Again, another example of a player trying to be too Billy Big Time. Ben Mee made a couple of bad errors yesterday. Okay, made up for it by that goal line clearance. But West Ham could have been 4 or 5 up yesterday in that first half. They could have actually possibly had a penalty, funnily enough. And it should have been a penalty, to be fair. I mean, Roger Rees got some bad calls for both teams, in fact. And I'm going to touch on the third goal later where he made a bad call against us. But he made a bad call against West Ham, to be fair. And I think that should have been a penalty to West Ham. No doubt about it. And then our first attack in the last couple of minutes of the first half, Gudmundsson gets on the end of the ball. It's a cool finish, 1-1. But I thought to myself, we've been lucky. We've got in at 1-1, and we've been second rated. We've been second best, and then in the second half we sort of pecked up a bit. We started attacking a bit more. We started playing with a bit more fluency, I felt. But there was always that tendency, and there was always that worry in the back of my mind that we could concede, and we did concede. Philip Anderson scoring to make it 2-1. I thought it was going to be game over. I thought West Ham, now they've got that all-important third goal in the game, I thought they've got to go on and win. And then back we come, about 5-6 minutes later. Dyche rings the changes, fair play. He rings the changes this time at the right time. Brings on Brady and brings on Barnes and Wood. And they make the impact. Brady with a good corner and Wood with a terrific header. And he's been due a goal for some time, Chris Wood. He hasn't had the best of seasons. I don't know what, but that'll give him a bit of confidence personally. To be fair, so that makes it 2-2. And I thought, oh, we could, I was still pessimistic, but then a little bit optimistic because I thought we could actually win this now. We're in the ascendancy, and all of a sudden, then the turning point. The referee Roger East, who's already made a few bad mistakes in the game. I mean, I've got to be fair to West Ham. They got a few bad decisions against them yesterday as well, including the penalty that they should have got in the first half. But he spotted there's a clear foul on Ashley Barnes where his arm, where Diop's arm has gone into his face. It's not an elbow. It's probably a free kick at best. It's not it's not a vicious foul, but it's a foul, right? And it's a foul on Barnes, and the referee, for whatever reason, I don't know why his geography was yesterday, but it was shocking. It's a shocking decision. But even so, we still should have defended it better. Philip Anderson gets in the box. It takes a deflection. I think it comes off Tarkowski, or Ben Mee, one of the two, and it unrests Joe Hart. It wrong foots him. He goes in the right hand corner of the net, and dead and buried. And then to rub insult into injury, Chicharito, who's an absolute donkey of a striker, he hasn't scored enough since his days at Manchester United. He dinks one over Hart, make it 4-2, and it just sums up the way we are at the moment. It really does. And there is a massive, massive, massive toxic atmosphere around everybody now. I mean, there's message boards yesterday. I'm not sure whether Sean Dyche is to blame for this. There are more elements to it than that. Granted, Dyche got it wrong again. He's going with this silly system where he's going to play 4-4-1-1. It does not blatantly work. I'd like to see him go to his two strikers up front. He tried Matai Vidra. He couldn't get into the game at all. I think he would do well to play Barnes and Vokes as a twosome, as a two-pronged attack in the next game against Leicester, because they did okay with Barnes and Wood when he came on. I think you should go brave and try to go 4-4-2 at the King Power. At least try and play a bit of football. If you get beat, you get beat, but at least have a goal. You know, we had a goal yesterday, but again, we had to do it after 45 minutes. I want us to have a goal right from the first whistle. And that's what's annoyed me so much. But there's more to it than just Dyche's tactics and substitutions, the way he times them and all that sort of game. I think there's a lot more to it than that. I think some of the players have got into their heads now. Now that some of them have thought, oh, we've finished 7th. Oh, we can get old Billy big time and all that sort of game. Wrong. You still have to do the fundamental basics in football. And I think that's what the likes of Aaron Lennon, James Tarkowski, Ben Mee have all failed to grasp. And this is why we've conceded 13 goals, is it, in 3 games? It's just unacceptable. And then you've got the board. I'm saving these 2 clams until the last. Mike Garlick, the biggest Scrooge, along with Mike Ashley up at Newcastle. You know, I mean, you see the unity at Leicester, but after those tragic events of their owner sadly passing away, you look at them. And the United club, they've got a united front, they put on a great front, they won yesterday. Despite all that sadness and adversity and all that emotion. And you know what that guy did for Leicester? We've done it in tribute, I've done it in tribute videos and stuff. The guy, you know, and I said, I just keep saying, my thoughts are with Leicester City right now at that moment in time. But going back to Burnley and their chairman, Mike Garlick, what's he ever done for the local community? He claims to come from Burnley, claims to love Burnley, claims to love the football club. But what's he actually done? You can't just, right, before people start saying, oh, you got you get 2 promotions. It wasn't. It was the man management of Sean Dyche that got us 2 promotions. And our first promotion year under his chairmanship, he only could be asked spending 250,000 on Ashley Barnes, and that's probably all we spent. The rest were all free transfers, and somehow he moulded them into a team, and we got up unexpectedly. You know, he didn't back us enough in the first season. We got up. You know, he invested 10 million, and all Dyche could do was bring in some crap like Marvin Sordell. You know, and when we got back up after going 23 unbeaten. I felt they needed. I mean, we did all right in the first season. We finished 16th, and then we spent a few quid to go on last year. But I felt we could have kicked on. Now, everybody was saying we're crying out for a pacey winger, we're crying out for a pacey striker, a decent centre half, a decent left back. Because Charlie Taylor, let's be fair, he can't cut it. He's not very good at the moment, and he didn't get the money. I don't think he got the backing. He was making his own false promises, hence why Sean signed a 5-year contract. And in my opinion, he reckons he can talk the talk. He can't walk the walk when it comes to backing the manager. Sean Dyche has been undermined. And Mike Garlick and Dave Bolwood, oh, don't get me started on him. Apparently he's CEO of the year. More like fucking clown of the year. Fucking unambitious fucking pair of twats you both are. Fucking get out of my club. You claim to love the club and the town that much, Garlick and Bowen. Get out of it. Your Scrooge-like ambition or your Scrooge-like policies are not what we need right now. Do you want to show ambition? Do you want us to try and go forward and try and finish higher again this season? Of course you don't. You'll take the money and run like Oyston, those fucking prats at Blackpool did, the Oystons. Look what happened to Blackpool. Do you want us to go down the same fucking road? It's a frigging joke. You two need to go for the good of the football club. I'd rather have Barry Kilby back as chairman. At least he'd show a little bit of ambition. You know, the Sean Dyche is probably the best manager we've had in years. And at the moment, our board have undermined him. Our players have undermined him. Granted, he's got it wrong a bit with tactics, but again, he's in a rock and a hard place. He hasn't got the players he would want. And then there's the scouting system. That's bent as hell. Supposed to be getting Mark Warburton in. When's that going to transpire? And then there's been the problems with the communication side of it. I've tried to get answers out of Darren Bentley, the media man. When is Gary going to wake up and smell the coffee? He's so goddamn... Darren Bentley's so goddamn ignorant. You say one word about Burnley Football Club to him, or saying that we're doing bad at the moment, he'll just try and put some fucking crap spin on it. It's a joke. It's a joke how the club's been run from top to bottom. No communications with the fans. Too much cloak and dagger. Too much secrecy. It's an absolute shambles. Something needs to change. And I believe it's the chairman and the CEO that have to go. Garlick and Bowen, do one. Otherwise, sign the death warrant back to the Championship. I've had enough of you two fucking scrounge like clowns. I've had enough. That's it from me. I've said what I needed to say. It's shocking what's happening at the football club. And I just hope you see the bigger picture. I don't think Sean Dyche is the problem. Mike Bowen's and Mike Garlick and David Bowen are the problems, and one or two of the players whose names I've already mentioned. But I'm furious. I'm absolutely furious. Anyway, I'm off to get some bacon sandwiches, cheer myself up, and I've got to go to work and do my first Sunday shift for about 11 months in a job. So I better get into game face mode. But I'm not happy at all. I'm furious. I'm angry. I'm really disappointed. I hope you understand the passion. If I swore, I do apologise, but I'm very, very that way out today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. See you later.